What was I asking about?
Who's Aaron Rodgers?
For the
Retired Aaron Rodgers?
for his what the hell?
His Darkness Retreat?
Darkness Retreat.
It's real.
He's
dark.
infamous in Nerd Chat lore.
Wow.
All right.
The Nerd Chat, an Xbox podcast.
Is a podcast celebrating all things gaming, food, and the good old days.
Hosted by a group of best friends. If you'd like to find out more, visit nerdchatmedia.com.
This is Cortana. And remember, don't make a girl a promise if you know you can't keep it. As always, Spartans, see you online.
Oh, hello. Daddy D. Wally here. Welcome to the Nerd Chat, episode 204. Is this even an Xbox podcast anymore?
PlayStation's third party.
Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm having some serious technical issues. I don't know, my mic is automatically adjusting, even though I deselected that option. Thanks, StreamYard, jacking up the price on us. We already can't afford you, and now you're doing this to me. So, my name is Daddy D. Wally, and Final Fantasy 16 is a movie, not a game. Joining me as always is headed to the. Are we headed to the finals? Jose at Chipotle Bear, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. Not we, as in I'm wearing a Nuggets jersey, but we're not yet headed to the finals. I was talking about the game.
I know.
In a shout out to our friends Eric and Ains and Pomps, who I haven't heard from in forever. I hope he's alive.
Pomps, are you alive?
I started one game of the finals today before the show. I need to get some stuff ready, so I couldn't spend too much time on it. But I did play. I see the appeal. I was terrible. I got destroyed, but I'm also like a level 1.
The appeal.
But it could be fun. It could definitely be fun with the squad of 3 if we could talk to each other, because I couldn't talk to.
Is
my
it only
companions.
3-player squads?
Yes.
Freaking
It would be
Apex.
fun. So we'll see. But I'm a great man. Happy Thursday, everyone. It's been a pretty good news, gaming stuff starting today. So we'll have a lot to talk about. We'll get to it soon.
And joining us as always, everyone loves a good ratio. X Bacon Gaming.
Yes, if you don't frequent Twitter, you didn't see the ratio of Elon Musk getting absolutely owned and Grum's being owned. It was my favorite part of the week. So go Ubisoft, and that forced me to buy Assassin's Creed at full price to support that community manager. And it will sit in my backlog till well after the last of Us 2. And
July.
I could have totally waited for a sale, but that comment and that reply and that own.
I don't even think I know what you're talking about.
By the way, I also bought it. And not only did I buy it, I bought the deluxe edition.
You went deluxe.
Did you really?
It probably gives me like one cool skin. I don't care. I've realized, speaking of Assassin's Creed, Bubble Boy N7, I guess I'm the Firefox guy now. I'll get to you a second, Bubble Boy. Bubble Boy's been doing a reflection. He's got to make a sick video like I played every Assassin's Creed before Zenkai Goose, get that out and beat him to his own game.
Oh, is he doing that?
No,
I'm sure he
but
will,
he
but
might
you
at
could
some point.
And back to what I was saying. So when Bubble Boy went into this interesting endeavor, I thought to myself, you know what? I don't even remember the last Assassin's Creed game I bought at full price. They've given me so many hours of entertainment.
See?
I'm buying Shadows $80 deluxe, and I'm so happy I did because I've already repurchased Black Flag and Origins, but I paid like $10. It's time, guys. So Bubble Boy N7, he's coming in on Firefox. How are you?
I've been better. I'm really happy to be here because this is my fortress of solitude, and I just love the community that we've built here, and the sense of positivity that we spread around.
Our chat?
And
Not me.
yeah,
Not me.
no, seriously,
We
always
try.
fun to be
We
here.
try.
It's all in jest.
I don't try.
Bacon, no, but the rest of us, yes. Guys, I'm going to shout out to the chat. The chat is popping off. Shout out to Well, do I really want to shout out Eric? He said
Shout out
to
Game Pop.
follow him on Nintendo. He's going to give us like a 50 digit code here if you're going to try to follow him on.
And you gotta like
Nintendo
give a
Network.
blood sample.
Shout out to Diego's here. He remembered
Oh,
this week.
wow, he
I'm
didn't
shocked.
forget us.
Diego is here. Thank you, Diego. Welcome back. De Niro Primero. Shout out to Todd Oxtra. Todd. I need to do a shout out for Todd Oxtra. And I
Have I
forgot
seen
it
this?
upstairs. God
Oh, there she is.
dang it. Shout out to
Here,
this.
freight conductors here.
Jose, let's get into nerd chat shout outs, Jose. Huge nerd chat shout out. Whoa, audio listeners,
I like
check
it.
out the new what are you gonna call that, Jose? Is that like an overlay
rating.
or a
Overlay.
banner?
Overlay is the correct term. Yeah.
Okay, it says shout out S, giant S rating S for nerd chat shout out. It's awesome, Jose. This is incredible.
Real production value.
Speaking of Freight Conductor, I want to give a huge nerd chat /XEP shout out to Freight Conductor because he won a copy of Assassin's Creed Shadow during last week's episode on XEP. And he is so generous in giving. He gifted it to another nerd chat regular, Silken It. So Silken It has won it from Freight Conductor. And to someone added this. Red Beast also won it in another XCP drawing and helping Luke get to California. That's amazing.
Nice.
So a shout out to everybody. Time stops. I'm already there, Diego.
Oh, we are on our game.
Look at that.
Shout out to Jasuke1 on the Wolverine short. As someone with big hands, the Wolverine is not something you'd go for if you have small hands.
I do.
You have to overextend your thumb while playing it, even with bigger hands. That's another great point that
For the select buttons, yes.
in general, it's off. I pointed this out in my review. I said there was this huge gap, similar to this huge gap. Why is the gap here? Because it's the same Wolverine design that has the touchpad in their Wolverine PlayStation controller. I'm telling you guys, the touchpad has ruined everything. The touchpad has ruined all controllers for PlayStation and all controllers moving forward because they have to accommodate that stupid size for a stupid button that nobody uses before besides pushing it as the map button. Todd, prove me wrong. Actually, even better, Eric, tell me a better reason for that stupid touchpad. Shout out to Diego. Diego said, Bubble Boy looks like he'd have gentle hands.
The gentlest.
The most
Yeah.
gentle.
He uses moisturizer.
Yeah.
And huge nerd chat shout out. Are we going to include these TikTok ones?
And they're
I'll
popping
say
off,
they're
bro.
just the quick
Millions.
ones.
All
I'm
right,
not
Jose,
including all of them.
we do the quick ones before I get to big box one for
So while we don't have a ton of subscribers, we did join TikTok and we get a lot of views on our stuff, a lot of comments. They like our stuff. So hopefully that will go up. But the three best ones from this week, Fat Sacks with 3 X's said, I thought everyone tried it in milk, talking about the beaver nuggets. So
Fat
apparently,
Sex is a good one. I like that guy.
a lot of people also said it was Corn Pops, not Captain Crunch. They corrected you on that.
It
Just
looks
so
like
you
corn
heard.
pops.
It does taste nothing like Corn Pops, but okay, guys.
But the other next one is Gavin Morgan. He said the Elite 2 is crown emoji, talking about the small hands and Wolverine short that Dan just talked about.
All right, let's hear it.
Big fan of the Elite
is
2.
this just same? Is this a different Dredge? What did I
Dresden 1031.
Dresden.
He was talking about the short about Ali loving Olive Garden as the one restaurant forever, and he wrote, "Good God, I was
Denny's.
so white. My first two were Denny's and Cracker Barrel."
Oh,
Yeah.
and
hilarious.
Olive Garden forever. Nice.
I mean, I'm not
Shout
gonna
out.
hate. I can't hate. You know,
Yeah, Jose, I got a quick question. With this new layout as well, does this improve your shorts game?
So here's the cool feature, and this is why I want to try it. And if you have feedback, you guys or any of the chat, and I'm flexible. Let's work on some stuff. I know Diego's obviously a fantastic designer. Give me your thoughts here. But the reason I wanted to try this is so StreamYard, which is the service we use for this, which we pay actually a lot of money for, but I really do enjoy it. It's great for the live stuff.
Yes.
They have a new feature called AI Shorts, where they will use AI to try to create shorts. Now, I'll be honest, the last 2 episodes I have looked at all of them, and of like the 30 that it created, I thought two were like reasonably.
Did we
okay.
use any of them?
We on TikTok, yes. On YouTube, no, because
Okay.
we got to keep it pure over there. But here's the crazy part is that what's clearly happening is it was struggling with the 4 grid layout. It was struggling with like what should
I
be
knew
centered
it.
and stuff.
I
And so
knew
I was like,
it.
okay, I want to try something where we're all next to each other because I
Nice.
think that will help it. And the other part is it's hard sometimes is I love our comments and I love showing our comments, but sometimes it covers our faces. And in editing, that is god awful to deal with. Like it is so hard to deal with. And so we're going to try some stuff out in the
Nice.
next couple weeks. We're happy to take feedback. I have a couple other backgrounds I want to try. We have new animated background. We have a little animated Cortana that pops out every little bit here.
Nice.
Ooh.
So
I knew it.
Um,
Game Positive says you can use a touchpad and everything. Shut up, Eric. That's the dumbest crap I've ever heard. Who uses the keypad? And Diego says, down with AI. I like this layout better, though.
I do too. I'm not.
Here's the
as
thing,
convinced.
Diego. If you want to see this channel grow, we got to work smarter, not harder. And I encourage the use of AR overlords to help us out to grow the channel. Okay. Also,
On
guys, I forgot
TikTok.
to tell you, I've had this woman email me on Facebook to help us with our SEO.
nope, don't do
titles.
that. Nope.
Send her some
she-
money first.
She's definitely
she's real.
not
She
real.
is real.
Yeah,
She-
100%
I
not
wrote real like messages to her, and she's like, "Your titles suck. We need to improve them for SEO searches. It will only be $50, and she'll take care of everything."
Oh,
so should I
perfect.
allow her access?
She just needs all of your access codes and
Your social security
your
number.
Just something to think about. I'll read it to you guys later. Let's move into Big Box.
Someone else.
One.
Might have gotten it wrong.
Oh, thank you, Morden. 1431.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Mary chat. Once in every 3 to 4 years type of game was revealed this week for me this week. Watching this reveal made me feel like Kevin Arnold seeing Winnie for the first time.
Great reference.
I have no idea what he's talking about. I constantly replay the trailer at 0.5 speed and listen to Berlin's You Take My Breath Away on another tab.
You know what that is.
No, I don't.
Oh
That's
my
Top Gun.
Oh, take my brother. Okay,
Oh
got it.
my.
Berlin,
I don't know the artist. Sorry.
Berlin's.
Okay. The game is called Wildgate, and doggone it, I am smitten. 2 questions. Did that happen to anyone else on the Nerd Chat? 1 or 2 of you fell in love with this smoke show of a game, right? 2. If you were forced to pick success or failure for this game right now, what are you picking? Will servers be shut down in 2026? Or is this going the distance? P.S. Bacon, hopefully you're back this week. Did you know that D. Wally doesn't get Rocky? Is there any way you can help Dan find his soul? Who the doesn't get Rocky? Big Box takeaway. I got nothing to add here. I didn't watch this game, and I hope the servers close in 2026. So Bacon, take it away while I got to go get one more thing.
Did you watch it, Bacon?
I am currently watching it on my second monitor because I had never heard of it.
Yeah.
Until I
Humble
read
brag.
the comment. Right. It's cartoony. Kind of getting some Concord vibes from it.
Oh,
no,
no.
Bacon. Come on, man.
Dang it.
Watch the trailer, guys. It's right here.
Big Box is going to unsubscribe.
I disagree. Finish your thoughts and then I'll talk. I don't want to cut you off.
Or
but
maybe even Apex vibes. Just art style and all that jazz. It's such a saturated world for shooters right now that I'm assuming this is live service, right? Anybody?
I don't know the answer to that.
Right.
I actually think, and shout out to
Of
Game
course it
Positive.
is. Big Box wouldn't support it if it wasn't a live service game.
And as far as the other part of the comment, Big Box Dan has a lot of bad takes.
Oh,
Known Dan a while now. 85% of his takes are bad.
that's
But
pretty good.
not liking Rocky.
I don't
or
get it.
Rambo
It's
or
old.
The Predator,
That's a boomer
I-
game.
Terminator.
Makes sense
So
that Big
many-
Box and you like it.
dude, Sly is an American icon and he needs to
Is
be
he?
cherished.
He's absolutely
I
right.
got
He has
that.
some of the what's the one?
Maybe
The
the boomers.
Expendables or the Expendables. Like he makes movie gold every time he stands on a set. And now, the original Rocky is a little dated. It's old. It's not in great resolution, but the stories, the only bad one was the one with his son and then Tommy Gunn. Like that's the only bad Rocky movie. Even the spin-offs are all great with the Creeds. I mean, it's just incredible. So
Okay,
I will try to get Dan in a support group later, and we will fix this Sly problem he has.
All right.
It's like not liking Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Again,
Who doesn't like Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Younger audiences, I'm with you. I don't know what these boomers are talking about.
They're great
Cancer
films.
Jose, do you have anything to add to Big
I
Box?
do.
and
So
comments?
I watched this before the show started. I had not seen the trailer Big Box, but so thanks for pointing it out. I actually disagree about it being Concord. I think it looked like Sea of Thieves in space. And so
Yeah.
basically the way that they're
Isn't that what someone
describing
said in the
it.
comments?
Yeah, it was Eric who
Eric.
said that. I was thinking the same thing. He said it right here. Oh, not that one. Maybe, but it was this one. Basically what it is like you're on a spaceship in space.
Wait
and
a
you're-
second. Game Positive said Dan doesn't like Terminator. False. Love Terminator. That's also not Sylvester Stallone. Arnold is way better than Sly Stallone. Go ahead, Jose.
Fair enough.
That's a bad take also.
I don't know about that bacon, but I do think that, so the point of the game basically is like you're attacking other ships, but it does give you the chance, like if you engage in combat, that you can of course fight back or you can run, right? So like it does create that ship of like, or that sense of being like on a pirate ship where you could run away theoretically, or you could try to battle and stuff. I think it looked cool. Now to his question of like, is it going to last? I agree more with Bacon on this one, that it's so hard to break out right now. But to be fair, Sea of Thieves did it right in a landscape that had FPS shooters everywhere. Nonetheless, it is something cool. It is something that is different, which I appreciate. I don't know if it's not going to be on only Steam. That was the other thing I was a little concerned about, because not that Steam's obviously not a huge platform, but like I think if something really has to explode, you're going to need it on all the platforms. So anyway, cool. It's a cool thing. Go check it out. It's on YouTube right now, of course, the thing, but yeah, go check it out. It looked cool, man. Wildgate.
My hot takes always start comments in the chat, gentlemen.
True.
It's blowing up right now.
Bubble Boy. When was the last time you were spitting for a game? Because I can actually think of a recent reveal where I'm like, oh yeah, we're coming back, boys.
That he's talking about, I can remember saying about Cyberpunk 2077 and Assassin's Creed Valhalla at the same time. These might go down as two of the greatest games ever made. And I was excited about those. I think I obviously was wrong about both. But Cyberpunk turned out to be incredible. Yeah. So
Cyberpunk was great.
Those are the first two that come to mind, but I didn't think about it a ton.
So Big Box, does anyone here want to guess what my recent multiplayer game that was kind of leaked out there, where I was like, oh yes,
Battlefield 2040.
Thank you, Bacon. The next Battlefield, we are going to be dropping back into the Battlefield, you guys. I am pumped from what I've seen from that, Big Box. So to answer your question, this game sucks. I'm all ready for the next Battlefield, just from what I've seen from the alpha testing.
Tell you what,
destruction. There was squads. There was small close quarters combat objectives. That's why I play Battlefield. There's battle only in Battlefield moments. Everyone get back on Battlefield with me and Mickey. We've been having a blast, by the way.
Hang on, before Eric did add that it is going to be on PS5 and Xbox. The press email said that. So thank you for that, Eric.
See, Wildgate, yes, I spent about 2 seconds today trying to find their press stuff to reach out for some review codes. And it was a freaking day at work, so I wasn't able to, but I'm going to get back on and try and see if I can get us a code for it. So we'll see.
All right.
Last shout out, a special Nerd Chat shout out. Shout out to Todd Oxtra and Mark and Chris, everyone at Co-op Friends, Secret Friends Unite. I didn't even know you guys have all of these shows on here, but Todd was generous. Look at Todd's outfit. He's got the best outfit with the mask.
He's always had the best outfit.
Well, yeah.
Sorry, Mark. Mark has a good one too. I'm just saying.
He could use more hair, but yeah, his outfits are pretty good.
He sent me these postcards, some stickers, more Secret Friends Unite stickers.
Well, so then I'm curious.
You could probably give some to us, probably.
Yes,
right?
So if we did that,
we're friends.
Oh wait, I'm not done. And he also sent me a limited edition Mass Effect Cards Against Humanity pack.
I can't see them. That's awesome, though.
And there's Shepard giving a little smoochie, and then here's some cards, and I believe it's probably FemShep behind there. So
that's awesome.
Todd, you had to leave the first card on there with affable on there, so my son and kids could read the first word on there.
Good job, Todd.
You
I
couldn't
like
put the F-bomb further in the back of the pack. But anyway, shout out to Todd sending us this amazing care package.
How's his reading comprehension at that age? Pretty good?
It's okay.
Okay.
He's more into math.
Reading is fundamental.
Amen,
ratings.
Bacon. Did you finish that book
I
yet?
agree.
Heck yeah. Great. But
Shout out to Todd. Yes, I asked Allie if you would play it. So, guys, let's move on to our next and favorite segment. Jose, let's move on to Permaban.
Oh, wrong one. We don't have a sound effect for that. My bad.
Permaban.
What, is it?
Ladies and
Nope.
gentlemen.
Nope. This one. Sorry.
Permaban.
my
Jose,
bad.
what's your Permaban for the week?
My permaban for this week. I don't know. I had a pretty good week. Come back to me. Someone else does a little.
All right,
chance.
Bacon,
Let's
what
have
is
a
your
little-
Permaban? To Grubs? That piece of poo-poo?
no, he's long since permabrand. He's a real interesting gentleman. My permaban goes to the amount of people going to our national parks at the same time, causing pileups on trailheads in muddy conditions when you're just trying to get to the waterfall. Spread it out, people. Let's go all through the year. Let's not all go on spring break.
Fair enough.
It's permaban.
Bubble Boy? Your Permaban
Hate.
for the week?
I'm gonna permaban hate.
Oh.
I got. Am I allowed to say? I think I got hate crimed
I
today
don't think you can get
at
hate crime.
school. Why
Interesting.
not?
Oh, he can.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, is fat shaming a hate crime?
Yes.
Then yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
I don't think it's a hate.
either way, just God, people, lighten up, okay? And like, yes,
Yeah.
like, can we not just be nice to each other?
Permaban hate.
Jesus.
I can get behind that.
Jose, I'd like to do a special presentation. Am I allowed to share my screen? Is that going to mess everything up?
If you can, go ahead. I don't have a problem.
Let's find out.
I think you have rights to do
Find
so.
out. It does say present.
No, I want to share my entire screen.
Yeah, that's
There's no-
usually under the present thing. Just
there's
throw
no
that. You should-
porn
it's
on there,
one of
right?
the yeah.
Entire screen. Share.
Oh God, close your eyes. First,
You don't have to
people.
yell it.
Perfect. Guys, here's
whoa.
the thing. Here we go. My permaban for this week is all the whiners, the gaming baby whiners complaining about, oh, how do I launch a game on Xbox or Steam? It's so confusing and inconvenient.
Are they the Wicked Witch of the
Here's
West?
what you do.
Joker.
You come down here, you select Xbox. You click the game you want to play, and you click play. That's it. Can you believe it, you guys?
What about the drivers?
This is so difficult. What's going on right now?
I
The
mean,
game is launching.
It's been at least 8 seconds.
It's downloading an update. I think.
I didn't say it was necessarily the fast. Oh, there's an update. Okay, so maybe this game was a bad one to show. We're moving on. That one needs an update.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, how do I launch a game in Steam? I need a Steam tab in my Xbox PC
Get
app.
in the command.
How do I
console.
get it? How do I launch Final Fantasy 16, the movie?
Run as
Oh!
an administrator.
I click my library and I click play.
Or you could
How
have. Or you could have
difficult
icons.
is this?
You can have icons on your screen and launch straight from your home.
I don't
screen.
know how to. There's just too much going on. I don't know how to play. Oh, the other game launched, by the way. Can you hear that?
No.
Are we gonna get demonetized?
Nope, can't hear a thing.
Can't hear
Oh
it.
my gosh, the game's working. Oh, what? Oh my gosh.
Hey,
This
well,
is so difficult.
we got
to play.
Eric. We picked him up.
Oh,
he's
he's
convinced. Yeah.
So it is pretty easy, Eric. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, cool. Oh my gosh, that was so hard. How do I play this Xbox game? Do I want to quit? Yes. How do I use a controller, guys? Oh wait, look at this, you guys. Is this Final Fantasy 16 the movie?
It's a
What?
long
That
term,
was
man.
so difficult. How do I play these games, Bacon? How do I launch this? This is just
Gotta-
so hard for me.
You got to update drivers first.
I'm permabanning the whiners. Why is it so difficult to play a game on PC? I don't get it. I mean, you could say, look at these,
Chlorophyll.
look
More
at these
like borophyll.
frame rates.
Right?
Guys, okay, guys, I actually really do want to stream this right now to show you how boring this game is. Okay, so I'm gonna run. So just this is actual real time gameplay of Final Fantasy 16.
I think
Okay.
it's nice. I'm not going to get clipped for this
Look
segment,
at
and
this.
Dan will. And
Look
it'll
at this
be
is
all over
exciting gameplay right here. This is the game, you guys.
I just see white.
Yeah,
This
it's-
is the
blown
game,
out
you guys.
HDR right now.
This is the
HDR
game.
is on right now.
This is the game. Okay. Anyway. Oh, it's just so difficult.
Oh, there we go.
No, we're good. We're good. All right. Well, that's
so that's
fun.
my permaban.
Okay.
Was that so hard, you guys?
No, it seemed fine.
Tired of it. Tired of these whiners saying they can't game on PC. Jose, what's your permaban for the week?
It's actually very similar to yours, but it's in the movie thing. So we last weekend, because my family was on spring break, we went to go see Snow White, the Disney movie. I thought it was fine. It was not my favorite movie I've ever seen.
Wait a second. Have you ever heard Jose not say it was fine? He can't. He can't just be like,
It was bad.
Here's
I've
the
never
thing,
heard it was bad.
I am the kind of person that I can find the good in everything. That's just who I am. Chances know me, so you know me forever. Like that's just who I am. The movie was fine. I enjoyed it. Don't regret that I've seen it. I'm not going to watch it again, right? I'll say that. But here's the thing. I wasn't upset at all. But man, watching this week, the stuff people say about Snow White and about the actors and the writers, like I'm
Caravan
surprised we
hate.
still get movies.
Yeah, that's
like
what I'm talking about.
That stuff. It's like, just if you don't want to go, don't see it. Like that's literally all you have to do. If you don't want to play that game, don't play the game. If you don't want to play on PC, don't play on PC. Just let it go, man. Just be nice out there. Give someone a hug. Go get a little snackaroo. You'll be fine. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what Permaman.
If you can't say something nice, don't say something at all.
Permaband and GGs. Let's go to GGs. Bacon, what's your GGs for the week?
In the same vein, my GGs is out to all the people going to the national parks and supporting the national parks because, by golly, we need their support at this time of trouble with all the cuts and all the doge. Let's just spread out on the trails a little. Let's not all go to the same trail.
Until they bring their dogs off leash.
Oof.
Ooh, I should have
Off-leash
said
dogs.
that. I should have
That
that too.
gets me too. But GGs is all of people traveling and supporting our national parks. Go out and support your national
I want
parks.
to put
people.
Todd Oxtraw on a permaban
Timeout?
for a 5-minute timeout. He said, I tried the ROG Ally at Best Buy and the Armory crate wouldn't launch. It's because you're
even
trying
use the
some old, outdated, stupid demo unit. Okay,
I
Todd?
haven't launched Armory Crate in like 2 years.
I'll give you my Legion Go. I don't even use it because I don't even have time because Allie doesn't let me play when I sit next to her. Bubble Boy, what's your
My GG for the week goes to the Chesapeake Bay Sox, one of the Baltimore Orioles minor league
Don't look
teams.
this up, you guys.
Yeah.
Warning, content warning, not
There's-
suitable for work.
There's a reason I'm not gonna say Jose pull the picture up.
Nope.
But if you don't know, minor league baseball teams are notorious for putting out like the most incredible PR marketing campaigns, what have you, of all time. So they have what's called, I didn't even know this was a thing. It's not an alternate jersey. It's an alternate mascot and jersey. They went with the oyster catchers, which is, I guess, the name of a bird that looks kind of like every other bird. A seagull. Yeah, we'll call it a seagull. And which is great, right? They showed that. They're like, awesome. There's more to the logo, and it's a glove holding an oyster shell. And the oyster in the oyster shell is a baseball. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, that sounds great. There could be nothing wrong or not innocent about that. Just do yourself a favor. Don't look it up at work. Don't look it up around children. Don't look it up around your wife or your husband.
Oh no.
Yeah. But big shout out, because the other thing, they swore up and down, they're like, well, we didn't see it at first. There's no possible way. There's absolutely no way they didn't. And good for them, because what did it do? It got them in the news all over the place. So Chesapeake
gonna go to the
Bay
game.
Sox. Yeah.
My GGs for the week is from Nissa Hauer. Nissa said, my GG goes to the teacher in Idaho who won't take down her "Everyone is welcome here" sign and the local news station who is championing
Nice.
it. So shout
I
out.
haven't heard that story. Hell yeah.
That is a good one. Jose, GG for you?
I do apologize. I have about 8 small children in my house right now, and they're
Okay.
about 15
Mute-
feet. So I'm
mute
just
your
going to
ass.
say shout out to 2 Point Museum because it's been super fun to play with my kids. That's my GG.
All right, shout out to 2 Point because it takes away Jose from playing Battlefield with me, so that's cool. Jose, let's move on to Xbox. Actually, just gaming news for the week, Jose.
News team, assemble!
News story number 1, boys. Can someone explain this to me? I have no idea what's going on with Nintendo.
I have a bunch-
Nintendo of America tweeted out the new virtual game card feature lets you easily manage your digital Nintendo Switch games, including lending to your Nintendo Family Group members. This new system update will be released in late April. And of course, we'll talk about maybe some of the direct news as well. But guys, I'm not going to lie. I watched this tweet and this video. Bacon, what is the purpose of this? Because I feel like, why can't I just be logged in to both Switches and be able to play the games that I own? Instead of having to now, if I'm understanding this correctly, Bacon, now I will have to share a digital copy, send it over to this Switch, and then my son will then be able to play it. Otherwise, the old way is being replaced.
I thought it was a great idea when I saw it, and then Logan sent the actual guidelines of how to. I mean, you need like a Venn diagram to figure out how to share these games and hooked up to what online and direct wired to each other. And so while I think it's cool that digital games are shareable, but when I think about it, we've all been using family or game share partners on Xbox for how long? So I agree, it's a little confusing, and the time frame of 2 weeks, and that's all you get is little. There's just so
Yes.
many weird stipulations, but again, seeing Nintendo step outside of themselves and finally start embracing anything pro consumer, because Nintendo, well, let's be honest, their games never go on sale. They remaster everything. They remastered everything from the Wii U generation. I mean, it's shocking that people keep buying this product the way they do. And this is actually a pro consumer type deal, but I don't know why you wouldn't just take the cartridge out and hand it to your son and have him play on the cartridge again. But I think this is the beginnings of the end of physical media. Once Nintendo embraces something like this, it's all downhill from here, and Eric is going to cry.
Jose, go ahead, Jay. Explain this to me, because I remember there were some comments in here where people were actually like, "This is stupid. Like, this is dumb. How is this a positive?" I'm with Bacon. His initial remarks are saying how, yes, thank God Nintendo's actually somewhat addressing how to properly share games within a household. But to me, this just seems like they're making it more complicated than it is. Jose, maybe you have a better way. Talk to me.
So to be very clear, and we'll see if I'm wrong. I could be wrong, but the way that I interpreted this, and from what I read today, you still can 100% share the cartridge. That has never been off the table.
Well, of course you can share the cartridge. I'm not.
But I'm just saying that's important. What they're
the
saying here
physical
though is that
cartridge.
the physical cartridge is no problem. Like I can lend that to Chance for more than 2 weeks, no problem, right? What they're saying is that if it's anything that you buy virtually, right, through their store. Sorry, Eric. Joke's on you. I already cry every night while hugging my physical games. Oh, thank you, Eric. That's what I needed right now. It was a good little laugh. This is for virtual games, right? Because we're now in an era, and Bacon said this in our chat, and he made an excellent point. This is the first death nail in the coffin of physical games. And I'm sorry if you're a big physical person, Eric. I'm not making fun of you, I swear. Or if you're a big thing, but the reality is this is just something that it's coming, right? All the companies are moving towards it because it's a lot more cost effective for them. It's easy for distribution. The problem is that it affects consumers and stuff like that. And so basically what this system is a way that if I buy a game digitally, any game, whether it's an indie or a big game, and Chance is like, hey, I want to borrow that from you because I would be able to do that with the cartridge, I can loan it to him. There's kind of two different things. That's what was confusing to people here, is that like if you have two different Switches, you can have all of your games on two different Switches. Like you can own two different Switches and have all your digital stuff there. But if you want to loan it to a third one or like a friend one, that's where the 2-week thing comes in. Now here, you can always loan it back to them, right? You can loan it to them. Like if it returns after 2 weeks and he comes over again, I can loan it to Chance again for 2 weeks. It's no problem. But I think that's just a way of controlling like theft, to be honest with you. Because
so they stole the original Xbox One idea of sharing games.
They did, but this sounds easier though. And here's the thing, and I can't speak to it. I've never did that with the Xbox One because we were still so.
Well, they
much
took
in that
it. They
digital
did. They
era.
never launched it. That's why everyone freaked out about the digital libraries before the X1 launched, and that's why we never got to see this in action on Xbox.
You're right,
Sell our
but-
digital licenses.
But dude, that was also over a decade ago. And a lot has changed in a decade to the point where like, I'm curious how this will go. I'm also curious how many people will actually do this that often, to be honest with you. The one exception being like in a house between like parents and kids. Like I could see Dan doing this with Grayson if they both get into like the Switch 2 ecosystem. I could see me doing it with my daughters, but like realistically, like even if Dan got a Switch and I got a Switch, I don't think it'd be that often that I would like loan him games. Like for him to literally drive across town, connect to me on Wi-Fi, because that's the thing you do have to do is you have to be on the same local network to share stuff.
That's the same for
definitely
Steam, by the way.
burdens.
The Steam family, like somebody asked, why don't we Steam family share? That's why we can't. It knows
can't.
we're not on the same.
Yeah, we're
Wi-Fi.
not in family on the same. Yeah,
That's what Todd was saying. It's like, dude, that's why it didn't
Yeah.
work with us, Todd. It works with you and your son, but for us, we can't share games. So I'm
Chance
just
tried.
looking at the comments before I go to Bubble Boy. The first comment in Nintendo says, "What is the point of this?" So, and I'm right here with them. And then it says, this person said, "This looks like a more complicated way to share games than what we already have." And then I like Michael McNulty's. My understanding of this is that it's actually a hidden way to get families to have to buy the same game multiple times. Yes, it's cool. You can now share games with friends just like you could physical games. But now for families, you might have to have more than one who might have more than one Switch. If you want to play the same game together across multiple consoles as a family, you're going to have to buy the same game twice.
it's just like
To
game
play
share.
it both because you both own it on both, and they're going to make you do this stupid inject thing for any game you want to play between Switch consoles. So if my kids and I want to take turns playing a game, instead of us just both being able to play it whenever we want on our Switchers, because I'm signed into both Switches, now we will have to eject the game every time we want to play. So ridiculous. Leave it to Nintendo to try to get people excited about having to buy the game twice and making it more complicated. Bubble Boy, Bacon, I'll close it off with you. Bubble Boy, any thoughts on this? Because I'm still like, I don't understand how this is a good thing. I don't like it at all, to be honest.
Well, my first take is that my opinion doesn't matter. I don't have a Switch. I'm not buying a Switch anytime soon, so take this all with a grain of salt. But I could care less, and I think it's really hypocritical that Xbox did it and they got dunked on, right? And I know, Jose, it was a decade ago and over
That's
a decade,
true.
right? But
Still
they
very fresh
got
in memory.
Yes.
yeah, they got eaten alive for this, and Nintendo does it. And the worst we get is, I'm confused. It's not for me. Like,
Well, I like how he said that Nintendo's confusing people to thinking this is a good game because they're pointing out what somebody said earlier or what Jose said earlier. Oh, now if I want to share a game with you, you come over and I can digitally share with you, which you were not able to do before.
sure,
Which I guess is a positive.
sure.
But
And it's
how many people are doing that?
I don't think it's that many, Dan, but I think the point is, and this is to what you said about the Xbox thing. You're right, and Dano said the same thing. Xbox was too early.
Yeah, always.
10 years ago, and I'm talking about you three on this panel. How many digital games
12
did you
years
have in
ago.
your library 10 years ago?
It
was not very much. Maybe Bacon, because
Eric,
he's been
Eric,
PC
we were
guy.
still buying physical on Xbox One. I'll point that out.
Yes. But what I'm saying, almost all of us were pure physical. So the fact that Xbox, they were ahead of the curve, they saw what was coming, but it was too early. This is just Nintendo, I think, their way of I think it's their way of signaling that we're moving into digital realm. That's what I'm trying to say. I think it's them saying we're moving away from physical into digital. And that's going to be one of the complaints people have about cartridges, because that's a benefit that parents have, is they like to share them.
God, Eric is an idiot. Bring up Game Positive comment here. He says, you can't sign into multiple Xboxes. Place. Yes, you can, Eric. I have a Series S down here and the Series X upstairs. I'm signed into both easily, and my library is easily playable. The only conflict is, Eric, if I own the game, is that it won't let you play a Game Pass game on 2 different devices, right, Jose? But I haven't tried
At the same time.
At the same time,
Yeah.
Game Pass specifically. I don't know about Xbox games that I own. I'm not sure. I haven't tried that. I'm guessing it probably wouldn't let me either. But that's still
Just like Game Share doesn't allow you to play, like Mike and I tried that. We couldn't
this
play the same
Switch
game at the
solution
same time.
wouldn't let you do that either.
Right.
Like I don't understand what you're saying. At least with Xbox, as long as my profile signed in, it knows what games I own and I just get to play them. Or Grayson, as he signs into his profile, but mine is on in the background, he can just easily play Game Pass games, my games through my profile. Like, again, I really am confused by this. I see no positives to this except for like what Jose said. Yes, imagine that was Eric's next quote. Imagine being able to borrow games from your friends in school this way. Yes, that is a cool way. But if I'm guessing how this would work, if somebody else is borrowing it, Jose, wouldn't they be the only ones to be able to play it? Like you still wouldn't be able to both play it at the same time. So like, what do we?
But here's that's correct, and they said that very explicitly in the video. If you haven't watched it, the whole Nintendo stream's like 36 minutes, I think. This is only like a 4-minute section in the middle of it if you want to go watch the presentation. But basically,
Well, the tweet was like it
is. But here's the way to think about it.
237.
So imagine we're all still in school. We all have our Switches, which a lot of kids do at school. Like I will tell you, a lot of my kids have Switches, even ones you wouldn't think have Switches. And I finish a game. Let's say I finish a Valve.
Wait a second, Jose. Shout out to Matt Valdez shooting fire out there. It's okay to be game negative every now and again, Eric. Let Nintendo feel the heat. Based Matt Valdez. Jeez,
Oh, boy,
Louise,
Matt.
This is dumb.
That was
Thank you.
good.
Go ahead, Jose.
But so imagine though, let's say I finished a game like Luigi's Mansion 2, right? Like I finish it, I have it in my library, but I'm not really ever playing it again. And Bacon's like, I've always heard about this Luigi Mansions game. I kind of want to play it. I'm like, oh, just take my copy. But I bought it digitally. I can just loan it to Bacon, right?
Bacon
like,
will still have to physically come to you, though.
every 2 weeks, yes. But again, I know that sounds absurd, dude, because we're in our 40s, right? And we don't live close to each other and we see each other like 3 times a year. I understand all that. This is not necessarily for us, is what I'm trying to tell you, right? This is for people that do see each other in person more often. And it is a nice way to share because, again, prior to this, there was literally no way to share any Nintendo game unless it was physical and you gave the cartridge. And the downside, I see your hands, hang on. The downside to that is like, I'm sure you've all had someone in your life who you loaned a game to, and guess what they never did?
Return it.
Brought it back.
Returned it to you, right? I had Chance's Phoenix Rising on Xbox for literally a year and a half, dude. Like,
And
might
I
still be
think
able
I
to-
had your Final Fantasy VII.
That's what I'm saying. So
Forever.
I'm not saying this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. I don't think it is. I honestly don't care because I'm probably never going to use it. But I do think it's a cool thing that we're finally seeing some movement. And you're right, Xbox was first. We should get more credit. We just don't. That's just the life we live, man. That's just the life we live. Chance's question. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I was trying to think of like what use case is this even relevant in, and it hit me. I wonder about like college dorms. Would that
They're
be
not
a-
playing Switches that
Okay.
much.
Okay.
I think the best example is your elementary, middle, high schoolers. Yes, that is the positive of this. But everything else, like if you're in a family like I am with Grayson with multiple Switches, I feel like this is just going to make things much more difficult than it already is. Nintendo's so far behind when it comes to families and sharing and everything. I can't stand it. So Game Positive said, if I'm playing a game on my PC and sign into my Xbox, a pop-up legit comes up and says, I'm signed in somewhere else. Yes, you cannot play the same game. You can only play on one device, Eric, but
At
you
the
can
same
be
time.
signed in on multiple devices many times at the same time, as long as you're not trying to play the same game. So I don't understand your point. And the Switch game sharing isn't going to solve that either on the Switch. So I like De Niro's point to close this off. It's a good idea. It's something new. Hopefully it grows and becomes, yeah, Nintendo absolutely. It can't get any worse. But speaking of it,
I have to address something before we close out.
okay.
I keep laughing at something and I need to address it so I can quit laughing. If you guys missed Todd Oxter's comment when he says Eric keeps all his Switch carts in his prison wallet, we all know what a prison wallet is, right?
Well, I was gonna ask, but I was
don't
like, it's a family show. I think it's your booty.
It is. And now I'm getting a visual of Eric storing his. Does he put the
How does
whole
Todd know
case
that?
or like just the disc? I need. to
Todd
know,
was in
Eric.
prison with him.
Eric
It was
lives like 3
Canadian
miles from
prison,
Todd.
so it was really nice. And they were like,
Very friendly.
hey.
There's no shanking on the yard. Canadians. But I can't quit laughing until I
think they
address-
Shout out
got
to
master's
Space Todox.
degrees.
They're coming in with fire as well. Guys, let's go on to news story number 2. Everything announced at Nintendo. To be clear,
You're gonna talk
Nintendo
about the
Switch. All
PlayStation
this is
games?
Switch One only. Switch One only direct. Okay.
Yeah, and I'll read off the first one. Donkey Kong Country Freeze remake.
The
Is,
second.
is that serious? Are you serious?
no.
I was like, I didn't see that. I was like, oh my
He's just
god.
messing with you.
Here's the thing: Metroid Prime 4. Where's the date for this? Is this just because Grand Theft Auto or Switch announcement next week? By the way, why did they have this? I heard Joe and Kyle talk about this right before the Switch announcement. Like, what?
I don't.
What? Why are we doing this? All these games will be playable on the Switch 2 because the Switch 2 is backwards compatible. But anyway, I'm still mad that we don't have a date for Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. What's going on? We need this for fantasy. Looks great. Nintendo.
It did look great.
It does
It
look
looked real
good.
cool.
So running at a solid 30 FPS, but whatever. I mean, it's going to be great. So that stood out to me. And the only other one that I could give a caca about was the Gradius collection, which I'm sure is
Yes.
coming to everything else. So
Yes.
shout out to Gradius. Gradius also inspired Hebroxia. Actually, I don't have Hebroxia out there. I missed out on that, which was a game by what is it called? Lilymo Games and Collins Studio over there. So I do like Gradius. Love that on Super
Did
Nintendo.
Grayson just tell you what it was?
What?
It looked like you were like, "What was it called?" And turned
Well,
around.
no, I
and then
looked back.
Someone.
and I read the
He's looking
logo
back there.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was
sorry.
like, Grayson knew the answer.
Anybody else have any games that stood out to them? Those are my two. Gradius.
Two of
I got a
them.
couple. Bacon, go ahead.
I would like to be the first to announce that PlayStation is putting games on Switch day and date, and there's 2 of them in here, and
What?
PC also. There's 2.
PlayStation games?
Yeah, the golf game, and then what is this other? I've never played any of them. This Patapowa.
Oh,
1 and 2,
everybody's
I believe,
golf.
is
You're
also-
right. That is a
Yes.
PlayStation
These are
game.
2 Sony owned IPs going to other platforms day and date. Confirmed.
Wait.
Party publisher.
What is everybody's golf coming to PC?
Yes.
Oh yes, I've heard that's a good game.
And this Patapon, I believe, is also a
Patapon.
PlayStation IP. But yeah, the only one I will play if it comes out anywhere is in fact Gradius.
It's Gradius. I heard him say
Gradius?
that. Yeah, he said it in the trailer. I always
mean-
wonder. I always called it Gradius too, but now I got to
Okay.
correct myself. Everybody's golf hot shots. Yeah, that's cool. That I believe you're right about that. Shout out to 1 hour, 1 decision. Bubble Boy, I finished Paradise. It was good. I really hope they don't overstay their welcome. Shout out to Chris. He was here with us last week.
Thanks
Chris,
for filling in, homie.
Jose, what were your 2 games that you?
I had a
that
couple
stood out?
actually I was really excited about. And here's the thing.
Disney villains cursed.
Couple,
That was mine.
that Marvel one probably.
The Marvel one is one. I think that's cool, dude. It's arcade Marvel. Like it's
Yes.
like the old school,
is
your
it?
Wolverine, your Nightcrawler, your Storm. Like
Marvel
Invasion.
Cosmic Invasion. What is this?
it's like Shredder's Revenge, 4-player co-op on the screen at one time. Like I think it looks dope, dude. I had so much
Yep.
fun with Shredder's Revenge. The other ones,
And it's the old school.
Holy
ones, too.
crap,
That's
how
what
did
I
I
wanna
miss
point out.
this?
I told
Marvel
you, I
game.
can't
Oh
believe
my
that Dan
God.
didn't see that. It looks amazing. It looks like a super cool game.
Dude,
And
this
it's
is like
online and couch co-op.
X-Men Mutant Apocalypse right up
Yes.
there, you guys.
I know.
Holy sh!
I
They
know.
did it again.
I hope it comes to. I mean, not that I
Yeah,
wouldn't
Switch
play it
too.
on a Switch. I hope it comes to something else as well.
Oh my
Um,
god.
I don't know
Holy
if I'll play it, but I've always been tempted to get into the Dragon Quest series. I like those old school.
Dude,
like,
I hear
things.
those are like $100 games.
I know. That's realistically, it's one where I'd have to be real. I'd have to have a lot of extra time to do it, so it's probably not likely. The other one that I legit am very excited about is Pokemon. I know none of you guys are Pokemon guys. That's totally fine. I've always loved Pokemon since I was a little kid. What's really cool about Pokemon Legends ZA, which is what this is called, that's an insane name to me, but it's finally like a Pokemon where you're battling in real time. Sorry, my dog is barking. I apologize. There's people at my door. Someone else talk. I'll be back on in a minute.
Yeah, sorry, Eric.
Someone else go. I'll be in a minute.
Well, and
Eric, I did see that it is by the Emu, the developers of Shredder's Revenge. Yeah, I could tell you, dude. That looks incredible. Dude, this is a day one buy coming to PC and consoles. I didn't see this. I
Oh, it did
apologize.
say not on the article I have. It doesn't say PC.
Yeah,
and
I'm looking
console.
at the trailer on YouTube. It says
Hell
play
yes.
Marvel Cosmic Invasion later this year on PC and
Awesome.
it says consoles. So
Do
I'm
we need
assuming-
to drop something and pick it up?
Ooh. Way
That's a
to shout
question
that
for
out to
offline.
Eric, who's
Streets
Because
of
the others might
Rage.
be
listening
listening.
right now. Way to go.
I'm
Boy.
positive nobody listens. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I was going to say the cool thing about Pokemon, it's the first game where you're battling in real time. So like if you've ever played any Pokemon game, it's like even the newer ones, you run around, so you find someone and then it goes to a cutscene and you're picking from menus. It's like turn based. This one is like you find dudes and you're battling and you're like real time pressing buttons to where like theoretically if one Pokemon like attacks yours and you have like a dig move, you can go under them and dodge it and stuff. I just think it looks cool, man. Like I'm glad to see they're innovating a little bit because they got creamed for the last couple of games because they basically have not innovated in, I don't know, 20 years. So very, very excited. Yeah.
Okay,
Just
you're
for
right. This game looks dope.
For reference, TMNT Shredder's Revenge, 85 on Metacritic. So
Yeah.
might have to pick that up. Don't tell Eric, even though he's here. Way to go.
I'll play this with you, Jose.
Bubble Boy, we played Turtles all together. What are you talking about? Why
Yeah,
would we play this together?
it makes sense now that you just missed Cosmic Invasion because I was like, there's had to have been at least that one that you were excited about.
Yeah.
And then this I probably won't ever end up playing it, but the if that Disney Villains Cursed Cafe is something that Cora can play with me, I will probably look into it. I also know that what was it called, Coffee Shop game isn't bad. Like if you want something that has a decent story and isn't super overwhelming, I imagine they're taking the success from that game and they're just gonna basically port all their Disney characters into it. Plus, if you ever played the Disney Villains board game, those are really well done and really fun. So I'm just assuming it's going to be some mix of that, and I'd check it out.
I guess I need to watch this Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake because we drafted this, right? Jose?
Did we?
Did we try?
I think
We
we did.
each picked Dragon Quest? I don't think so.
Yeah,
Yeah, we did.
I'm pretty sure we did.
Yeah, we did. So we need this to do well. I mean, it looks very pretty, the game. But yeah, shout out to that Marvel game. I did not see that, and absolutely LVP.
I wondered.
That was my bad. So,
I was so unimpressed that I stopped watching everything.
Oh,
well, besides that and Metroid, I really don't play
Hopefully,
much.
the
Oh, by the way,
Switch 2 is powerful.
Jose, Eric wants you to add. He was wondering if you played Pokemon Arceus or Arceus, however you pronounce it.
I
Eric.
didn't, Eric. I played Scarlet with my daughter Scarlet because she liked the name, but
he won't be adding you
I
on
heard it was
Switch.
okay.
All right, guys, let's move on to news story. Quick. These will be all quick news stories from now on because we got to speed this up. News story number 3. Next week, boys. Are we returning?
Yes.
Is this a big of a deal as we think it is? Because I'll be honest,
Full-sized.
I haven't played Call of Duty in a long time now. Ever since I got my shit bucket status and I unlocked the dark matter camo and I got to prestige 10 maximum prestige.
Did you get that
Well,
Dark Matter skateboard?
Yes, I have the dark matter TMNT skateboard. Gotta say, I love the Turtles. Best DLC they've ever released. Second, F you asshole. Of course, the Terminator. I probably should buy him too instead of buying the rest of the Turtles. Guys, I'm excited to return back to Verdansk, but I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, I want this to be like the good old days. And I'm just...
No, the gear is good.
Bacon, take it away. You're the most excited here to go back to Verdansk. Guys, you got to remember this was during the lockdown. This was prime gaming days during COVID, during 2020. I'm excited to go back, but I also am I want to be optimistic about these changes. So take it away, Bacon.
Well, we remember when Warzone came out and Verdansk was so damn good that Doc was streaming and Timmy the Tap Man and all these guys and everyone was watching and there was, palpable excitement about this. And it is by far the best map. I've played and tried a lot of every
is a good map.
iteration since then. They've said that from what and this might have been on Insta, I saw this, that they are not allowing the Nicki Minaj skins and all these other skins to be in this game. In Warzone, You're going to be just straight operators. I cannot 100% confirm that, but if that is true, I'm excited because nothing's worse than getting killed by Nicki Minaj. I'm just not going to lie about it. But the honest to God truth is Activision needs to get off their ass and get an anti-cheat in this game that actually works and stops turning off your players. Because I don't like playing Resurgence. I like playing big Warzone. And then when you spend 30 minutes looting and getting all statted up and ready to go into the last 2 circles, and you get 360 no scope from dude on a radio tower that never saw you, there's a freaking problem in your game. And I don't know why Activision refuses to do anything about this.
Later, Chris.
So hopefully they do something about this. But I'm in. I'm day one. I've got 300, 400, 500 hours in Warzone on Verdansk. It was that good.
I'm excited. So it's going to be here. Here's some details for you, Bacon. 95% of the play space is around exactly how you remembered. It's also enhanced with beneficial adjustments and improved with new elements within the existing area based on game design, quality of life upgrades in mind. I did see some of the like extra cover that they added in some area. I'm looking at the graphics. It looks good. Is it that much better? Bubble Boy, are you excited to go back to Verdansk? I haven't seen you on Call of Duty in years. now.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily excited to go specifically back to Verdansk. I'm excited for the four of us to have each of our separate Ninja Turtles, because we have one of each, to go and get a chicken dinner, right?
I don't think we can. That's what Bacon
I think
just
the
said.
Ninja Turtle skins are the ones that are allowed because they're still actively selling. Again, I got this.
They're not allowed?
I know they are allowed. Again, I got this off Instagram, so don't quote me. But it was one of these insiders.
They better be allowed.
But like the Lilith
they're
skin
not,
and all that
I'm-
other dumb stuff
we're
that shouldn't be in the game.
perma-banning Activision every week until it's fixed. So I don't know. Like I need a reason to get back on and play with you guys, and this would be it with my Michelangelo skin. So
Okay. So it looks like they're going to fine tune the Omni movement by slightly scaling back some of the speed increases.
Good.
Additionally, changes are being made to sprint scaling and slide friction to address the strength of strafe engagements while preserving the feel of strafe reloading in general. The only I like Omni movement. I've actually really come to enjoy it, and I can't imagine games or Call of Duties moving forward without it. Well, Bacon, I will say one thing I don't like is sometimes I see people jumping in backwards like way too crazily. Like I'm like,
I've seen Van Damme do that in real life.
oh god. All I'm saying is I
Great
do
film.
think some of the backwards jumps and spins are just, with these mouse and keyboard freaks, are getting a little too crazy. Jose, what are your thoughts on Verdansk returning?
I'm super pumped, but I'm honestly a little bit. I mean, I've always liked Verdansk. I have a great time in COD. Every once in a while, I'll just go play a couple rounds because it's fun and I'm okay at it. I don't suck terribly. I'm not amazing or anything, but honestly, it's that I miss playing with you guys. And here's the crazy part. And for people that don't know, because like legitimately, all of us probably play easily 5 to 6 nights a week on different games, but a lot of nights we're in our Discord like audio. That's why we always say you're welcome to join us. But a lot of times it's just silent. Like we're literally just virtually in the room together, and like Bacon's playing Avowed and I'm playing 2 Point Museum and Dan's yelling at me to come play Battlefield.
Or I'm in Battlefield yelling at my teammates who aren't doing their job.
yeah, that
And
always.
then on a hot mic.
No, I'm talking about
actually-
the randos while Bacon and
Yeah.
Jose were
yeah,
just
never
playing their
us.
own game.
Never
Yeah.
us.
And it's not that I don't enjoy that individual time, because I think we all need that too for our own games. You know what I'm saying? But it's the reason we play games at this point a lot of time is just to be with friends. It's to be social. It's to have that connection. So that's what I'm most looking forward to, because I think about over the last 10 years, some of my favorite moments in gaming, like easily 9 of my top 10 have all been with my friends. And it's either in Battlefield or it's in COD or it's in Turtles or Shredder's Revenge. Yes, Dan, go ahead.
Jose, breaking news.
Got him.
Jose,
Exclusive world premiere.
Eric at Game Positive just installed COD for you, jabronis. We cannot wait to drop with you, Eric. Warzone is a good time. We love Warzone. Jose, before I throw it back to you, though, here are some more adjustments to Call of Duty. There's going to be 150 players. I guess this is 30 more than before.
Yeah.
So there's going to be 30 squads, I believe is what it said.
Let's go.
And then also there's the original announcer, original cinematics. You can shoot during infill again when you're dropping. Okay,
Ooh,
they
that's
brought
cool.
back
That's
being
good.
able to
That's
shoot
good.
people. And then there's some adjustments to the crates. And then Jose Bacon, maybe you can talk to me after Jose finishes his thoughts here. There's going to be the floating loot. Was that a thing in the first game? People are making a big deal where like the loot's going to be floating above the ground now instead of
I
like
don't know.
Like you can see it and
be
just
like-
run through it basically instead of
like
picking it up.
it's like floating up above. Like I don't know. Go look at the pictures. I can't remember if that was a thing before or if this is a new adjustment. So Jose, closing thoughts.
Just the last thing is just I can't wait to play with you guys. And the other part of it, and is you if you might hate me for this, if you're not this kind of gamer, I'm a bushwookie. Like that is my favorite way to play COD. Like I'm not like Alan. Alan has to go loot literally
Alan
every
is a
crate he
looter.
can find.
I go off
I
on
find
my own.
one gun that's good to be, a couple of attachments, a grenade, and like a C4 mine, and I'm golden. And I'm happy to just go sit in a bush with my scope and just like scan, and I'm happy. Like I'm a very happy person when I do that. So and I can only do that in Warzone. You really can't do that in multiplayer. You just get destroyed and stuff. So super pumped to be back. Next thoughts.
Bacon, final little more updates here. There will be fire sales, there will be jailbreaks, there'll be restocks, there'll be loadout drops. There's also going to be original capture the flag variant at launch for the Gulag. And I can't remember, did you just have to like stay there in the middle for a little bit and that's all it was and you won? So that's
Or you got to the exfil first as when the rope drops and you can get out without getting shot. I never win the Gulag, so
so
just a thing.
Guys, I'm excited, but I'm also I just hope people keep their expectations in check. I feel a lot of people are putting way too much pressure on the return of Verdansk, and it's like, guys, it's never going to be like the good old days.
It will though.
It's not
Hot dropping at Superstore when half the plane
my
drops
God,
at
the
Superstore,
good old
bro.
Dude,
Superstore.
the
It's a good
problem
one.
with the COD audience and these streamers is they bitch about everything.
They do. Doc
all the
complains
time.
about
They're all
audio
about
and-
it in that first week or two, and they're like, "Oh, this sucks," or "What's with this? Oh, they nerfed this. Oh, they need to change it." And dude, it's like just this constant horrible cycle of negativity. I can't stand it, dude. Like some of these streamers I watch, they just. I hate this.
Stop watching them.
Ban
Go watch
hate,
Chris.
Bubble
Go watch
Boy.
Chris.
Ban hate. Closing
Go watch
comments,
Deja.
Bacon, or are we ready to move?
Well,
on?
no, and just when this originally launched, and this is always my biggest complaint, even though I just bought the turtle skins and the Terminator skin, is when we originally dropped in Verdansk, it was all just military operators. Everyone, it was like a military scene, and I get it. They needed to try to, get some of that Fortnite money and start doing some of these collaborations that, quite frankly, are stupid and ridiculous most times. But it was like a real actual military, as realistic as we can get when we're trying to play a battle royale. But that was what was great about Verdansk. And if this thing about not allowing the Squid Game skins in the game, I am all about it. And I would be happy to lose half my skins to not play in Warzone. So it was a different time, man. It was a great time. And was it during COVID? Probably was, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Launched
And that was,
We had a lot more
It
time.
launched
This
during
was
the lockdown.
Yeah, this was peak COVID. And if you guys played their first iteration of, was it Blackout?
No,
Yeah, I think the first-
I didn't play that, but I remember
Yeah, I
watching
mean,
streamers play
we
it.
did, and it was not as good, not even close. And this
Yeah.
was, the first true form, and it is the industry standard besides Fortnite of
Guys,
what a
I got
battle
a rad-
royale should.
I got a radical idea in preparation for this launch. Why don't we all hop on PUBG?
No.
To remember the good old days.
I hear
of
they're
that game.
redoing PUBG. It's
Bruh.
unique.
Yes, Jose sent us. They're supposedly making major
yeah.
adjustments to PUBG. I'm excited for that too. So anyway, Call of Duty Return to Vance. Can we wrap up the news? Do we have to talk about Game Informer? Like, I feel like
I just want to say that it's back. If you
So-
like the magazine, go subscribe. That's all I'm saying. That's all I want to say.
And I think it's worth pointing out, Game Informer is back, and so is its
Sierra.
entire staff. That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Only to die again. Let's move
No
on
way.
to the
I'd
final.
sign up for this. Did they put a price on it?
Not yet.
What did
It's
they
not out.
say?
You can sign up just to be part of the newsletter when they release it. Just go sign up on their site.
You know how fun it is to get a magazine in the mail nowadays?
Bye, Eric.
My
I'm
daughters
with
won't
you.
even know what it is. They'll be like, "What's it?" And I'm like, "It's a book that they just sent to me."
And they're
What'd you
like,
say,
"That's
Bacon?
Lame.
I was saying goodbye to Eric, and I will miss him.
Oh,
Let's move on to news story number 4 real quick here. Explain to me why you're a noob. Free-to-play Game of Thrones RPG launches on Steam soon, but you'll have to pay $25. Is this you, Bubble
this
Boy?
was me. Yeah, and so as
Early
a
access.
huge Game of Thrones fan,
Never finished it.
Me too.
Yeah, I wanted. Bacon maybe needs to explain this to me, and I did a little bit more research later on because I was like, "Oh, okay, that can kind of make sense to me." You're paying for early access, and you get a bunch of like skins and packs and stuff, but you still don't get to play the full game. So I was like, "Should I? Is this for me? I don't know. What do you think? Is it? How have you ever bought an
I
early
bought-
access paid
Yeah, it
game
was
that was
an,
eventually going to be?"
No Rest for the Wicked.
Moon Studios game was and they still haven't
Okay.
released that thing fully,
Yep.
right?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
You know, and,
I'm still
and
waiting
no
for that.
achievements and anything. So we pay, and I think you pay a lower price for them, but yeah, we're basically the beta testers.
Mhm.
And I remember
Okay.
seeing this. Was this a Sony show? Someone's show that showed this game, and then I was pissed that it was a mobile game.
Well, same.
Right.
And I
but
wrote it off
now it's-
completely.
because I
Who
love
was talking
Game of
about this?
Thrones.
Either Joe and Kyle or Season Gaming, maybe they were talking about this. Yeah, that it was originally mobile, but it looks good. And they're
It
like,
looks really good. I'm like, how is this going to run on mobile? I think I'm going to pick it up for my.
Is it
for
just a
myself
straight?
for a nice little birthday present
Is
for
it still?
myself?
Is it just a strict RPG or is it like an MMO RPG?
It says RPG, like, and it says you get to chapter 50, which I was like, oh God, what? How long is this thing going to be? But it does not. Nothing I've seen about this looks like a mobile game. Nothing I've seen about this looks like a game that way back, however long ago that it first came out, like Bacon said, that I was like pissed off. Oh my God, no, they're just gonna, it's just this money grab. This looks like a great game. You know what it reminds me of a little bit is like Shadow of
Lord of
Mordor.
the Rings.
And not doesn't have the Nemesis system like that did, but it looks great, man. And I
Go for
I-
a chance. Yeah, let's see. You're a big Game of Thrones fan. You should
And
play it.
last part that I wonder, like, this would be some good review coverage for us, right? That I could
Yeah,
say,
'cause you
look,
get
not
early
only am I
access.
just out here begging for free games, I'm willing to pay for a game that will eventually be free so we can be one of the first ones to cover it. So I think I'm going to treat myself.
Do it.
Noise.
And then last news story, really quick here. News story number 5, coming to Game Pass right now. And shout out to Bacon. He mentioned this not only is the finals here, but also Atom Fall and NCAA or
College
just
football.
college football 25 is in Game Pass. Bubble Boy, you're a big football fan. Are you gonna play it?
Yep, probably not, but
As any of us, we were big diehard college football fans. None of us are gonna play it.
yeah.
Sports
I
games,
mean, can I
man.
play with Goose? Is there
Time for
connected
that.
franchise with
Goose.
Goose?
This is news for Goose. Goose. College football. Actually, he probably already bought it, huh? He probably
Oh,
bought
of course.
it day
That's
one.
the only game he's been playing. Yeah.
Well, guys, if you're interested, it's on Game Pass. The
Is
finals-
it when it says
random
ultimate?
finals-
That means cloud console PC or
yes.
no? It says
College
ultimate
football's not on PC.
Xbox X
Yeah,
and
yeah,
cloud,
it is. It's a series only game. It's not on the previous gen, but yeah, that's ultimate.
but only cloud. So it's not on PC. It's only cloud.
Yeah, it's because
Oh,
college
you're
football
right.
didn't come to PC. It was
to
only on
PC.
console.
That's right. Madden did, Chance. That's why you can play Madden on PC. So you'd have to play this on your Series X. Gotta dust it off there. to get
You
the-
shouldn't
I
dust
thought
it
he's
off.
blowing away a fart right there. That's what
Yeah.
he's-
Oh no,
He lives in those. He doesn't blow them away.
I'm used to it. Guys, let's move
smells like
on
filter.
to what have we been playing and or watching. Jose, take it away and show us our new graphic for what have we been playing and or watching.
Man, new graphics galore.
Yep. So I have been. I had a pretty busy week of gaming. Even though the last couple nights I've not been on because I have been so insanely tired that after the construction last week and coming back to work that I've gone to bed very early both nights. But I did finally finish Avowed. I don't know if we need to do a full episode spoiler cast. I think we've kind of missed that window. But at some point we should do a quick segment because here's what I will just say that's interesting for our viewers. In talking privately, we all made a couple of different key choices differently. And I'm curious how that might have changed things. Again, I don't think it's worth like a 45-minute episode or anything. It's like probably like a 5-minute segment, but at some point we should do that. I finished Avowed, greatly enjoyed my time. As soon as I finished, I uninstalled it. Like, again, that's just how I play games. I don't need to get 1,000 out of 1,000. Super fun, beautiful game. If you like RPGs, you'll have a great time. I also started 2 Point Museum, which I referenced earlier. It's like a point and click game, but you can play it with a controller. It actually works really, really well with the controller where you basically make museums. And it's awesome. Like I played it a little bit with my daughter, Scarlett, she's hugging me right now. And they loved it. It's super fun making, just designing and earning money. It's like one of those classic games where you have to buy exhibits and discover them and make money and hire workers and stuff. Just a fun, simple game to play kind of as a palate cleanser. Because I'm in this weird zone right now where I want to play games, but I'm waiting for South of Midnight because that is a 100% day one game for me. I think I'm actually going to really enjoy it. And then Doom is only a couple weeks later, so I don't want to get into AC Shadows. Like I want to, but I know I don't have time to really dig in, and I want to enjoy my time with that. So I also jumped into the finals. I mentioned that. a fun game. I'm not saying I don't love Battlefield. I love Battlefield. I also played that with Dan and our friend Zabatista Miggy this week. But if anyone wants to play finals, Ains, Pomps, I'm not very good. I just played one round, but it was super fun. And then watching, we started a show called It's Florida Man on HBO.
And is it terrifying?
It's like Drunk History, where basically actors are acting out these scenarios. They're insane, like 100% things people do on drugs and who are out of their mind. But it was entertaining. It was something to watch the last couple nights. Otherwise, my wife, she's been watching White Lotus and a bunch of other shows that I don't really care that much about.
Diego wants to know if you're going to drop the $10 and go premium for South of Midnight. Oh, sorry, South
early access
by
right?
Midnight.
Why do you keep saying that? It's not South by Midnight.
I know it's not.
It's insane. Maybe I honestly I don't know. Like it's
is
mostly,
it only like $9, Diego? Like I'd consider it because I feel like that's going to be a game I'm going to play once and never again.
I mean, and that's the truth, dude. And I agree with you. It's probably a game I'll only play once. It's probably not one I'm going to get 1,000 out of 1,000 out of. That doesn't mean it's a bad game or that I will like it. I actually think I'm going to love it. I think it's going to be like a contender for my game of the year. That's just not how I play games other than online stuff. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I'm certainly not opposed to it. I've also still been playing Prince of Persia on my Ally and still working on some projects in the house and stuff like that. So it just kind of depends on time a little bit, but I'm also very excited to hear the other stuff. So that's what I've been playing and watching. It's been a good road for sure.
Bacon, what about you?
So my time this week was short because of vacation, but I made up for it when I got home. I did also finish Avowed. I want to say my playtime was 39 hours in that frame. I'm going to land at like a 77, something like that. I loved the combat immensely, even though I really only stuck with, I never really fired a gun the whole time. It was sword and board and then some wizardry. I just got so lost in that. And the one thing that really upset me about it is when you think you're like, oh, I can talk to this person and then save it and go to bed. And you would end up in a 15-minute dialogue tree, hearing about this guy's cat. And I'm just
Bacon, let me tell you about this game. Final Fantasy 16. Guess what?
I bet it's terrible.
Instead of a 15-minute, you have a 30-minute dialogue with these characters.
And it would get to where I get through like the first 3 or 4 lines, and then I'm like, oh, I don't really care. Give me I need the quest so I can get the XP so I can add something to Kai's, whatever. So I respect what Obsidian did in the game. I never had a drop. I never had glitches. I never had any problems. Zero performance issues, and it just flat worked. So it was good, and it gives me a lot of hope for Outer Worlds 2. It just calm down on the dialogue a hair there, guys. I mean, you can get too immersive in your RPG. Am I wrong, Chance?
No,
like too immersive.
I'm shocked that Chance is complaining about this. Chance, you liked Final Fantasy 16. I'm gonna go next. I am 30.
I'm not done yet.
I'm 30. You're done.
No, I have another game I played.
Oh, okay. Let's hear it. Oh, yeah. Well,
so
let me tie into the dialogue thing
okay,
real quick. I just want to. I'm at 31 hours in Final Fantasy 16. I've maybe played this game for 3. And I don't think I'm exaggerating. Like realistic 3 hours of combat. Maybe add another 2 hours of me running around.
No.
Chance?
And there's a massive difference between dialogue, the way BioWare and Obsidian does
there
it.
Isn't.
And
there is not. Because, oh my God, you're forgetting the game. You literally will go talk to somebody. As soon as that's done, you go talk to them, and then another cutscene starts. You go talk to another person after that, another cutscene.
I'm not denying that. I'm saying I would prefer a cutscene sometimes over these never-ending dialogue branches.
Final Fantasy not only has a never-ending cutscene, 16 also has never-ending just plain dialogue.
Here's what I'll tell you too. So I went through the same emotional roller coaster that some of you did with Avowed, where I want to read it all, and then nope, I'm skipping it all. Then I'm gonna read just to pick out the thing that I can see that might get me to this end of this conversation the quickest. So if one of them's like, I don't care, move on, I'm like, oh, I'm picking that. Like it almost became a game to me to try to find out how to end it quicker. Yep. That's not a good sign in a game.
Okay. All I'm saying is Avowed doesn't compare to Final Fantasy 16. I think it's wild that you think Avowed is so bad when 16 is so much worse.
Didn't say bad. Yeah. I'm just saying like
too much.
it could have been.
Anyway,
elite.
I'm at the point now with 16 very quickly where I'm literally I skip all dialogue for cutscenes. If it's a main quest, if it's I have to read, I'm just like you said, I'm barely picking up words, and I'm just trying to get through this as quick as possible.
He's hate playing it.
I am I'm like I gotta just finish this. The combat was fun, but now I'm like, okay, now even this isn't enough to carry me. So I am shocked that Final Fantasy 16 got as high as scores as it did. Besides Clive's acting, some of the combat, yes, the cutscenes are incredible. The game's pacing is awful. It's absolutely terrible. You are watching a game, you are not playing it. Lastly, what have I been watching? Allie and I started Last of Us. She's never seen it. I'm preparing for Last of Us Part 2 on Max. So we just watched the Bill and Frank episode. My God, what an amazing episode. I was crying. Allie had no tears, a little concerned about that. No emotion from her during all of it, basically. But she's actually watching it. I'm shocked, Bacon. I'm getting her to get through it. So hopefully I want to see how she handles the ending when somebody becomes the most hated man in the world. So back to you, Bacon.
So I'm in that weird place where I don't want to. I downloaded Spider-Man 2, but I have a feeling it's going to take longer than it's going to take for South by midnight to come out. And then also Last of Us 2 is coming out on the 4th. So I just decided I need something light to fill the time, and 33 Immortals is so good. It's my kind of game. I love the roguelike elements. I love and it really does require you, like when you play as a squad of 33, the first boss is super kind of easy, and I don't think anyone dies in that. But when you go to the other realm of the 20, you can only have 22 in your team, and that boss is way stronger. It is in your best interest to make sure all 22 of you get to that boss. Because I'm talking, this boss takes 15, 20 minutes to kill. And the first 2 times I got to him, we had 7 guys when we're supposed to have 22, and we just get shithoused. And so when you see someone dead, you're like, oh, I got to go revive that guy because it's on a timer. So it'd be way better with a squad, because I'm just playing as a solo and not squadding up and just, following other icons on the map. But it's actually super, super fun. And it's a podcast game. You could literally do anything else while playing this game and have a good time. So 33 Immortals is highly recommended. No achievements right now, no playtime tracker. It is truly in-game preview. But you'll be able to get a feel if it's something you're going to want to play for its full release for sure. And then I finished The Pit on Max, and that show is fantastic. Definitely worth. If you're a fan at all of ER or anything medical drama, The Pit is definitely your watch.
That's awesome. I would also add that I treated Avowed like a podcast game by the end, where like I was just, because I like exploring so much.
Exploring the world, yeah.
It was great for like TV or podcast, just throwing that out. But yeah, it's been good.
Bubble Boy?
I'm about to finish Sniper Elite Resistance.
Oh, I saw you playing that.
Yeah, I intended to play the whole thing on authentic mode, because I wanted the challenge. I wanted the challenge of like kind of the realistic sniping mechanics and stuff. What I found really quick was it's really not a challenge. All it ended up being was like I would fire, I'd save right before I made a shot, and then I'd fire one off, calculate how far off I was, load the game back up, and then make my changes to do it again. It honestly was more of like, it turned into like a roguelike, because I was just playing the same thing over and over and over and over so that I could perfect it. Because if you don't perfect it, then you're just screwed. I think it was Polygon or IGN called it formulaic and forgettable. I don't think it's either of those things. And maybe if it is formulaic, okay, whatever. I don't care. I'm having fun. It's a nice little sandbox that it drops you into. I don't know how many hours I am into it, but I'm almost done with it. It's not long. It is engaging as hell. I love the X-ray vision when you get a good shot out and you watch a guy's balls explode like all over the screen. It's awesome. I'm about like 5 minutes away, I think, from finishing AC Liberation. Nice. So then I get to move on to the GOAT, and I'm very excited about that. Looking forward to it.
Flag.
Yep. And then, Joe, he had to get it in right at the end there. And then as far as what I've been watching, I started Reacher. So Yeah.
First season or the second season?
First season. First season.
Oh,
I had
you're
never watched
new.
it before,
Okay.
Yeah. So loving that. That's incredible. And very excited because I haven't gotten caught up on the last 2 episodes of Daredevil. So excited to watch that.
So good. Daredevil's good.
All right, I think we're good on what we've been playing. Shout out to Joseph Moran from PS Trophy Room. Joe, I did listen to you. Don't worry, you got everything right in your references. And actually, I do want to shout out Joe. He correctly said the ABXY along with X square circle triangle.
I thought it was cross.
I know, but most people say X, and that's fine. He just basically, or sorry, X circle square triangle. He did say the correct order for both that and the ABXY. So I have to shout him out on that. He had some.
There's a
gamer
correct
cred there.
order?
Oh yeah.
You didn't have
If you say,
any
like,
problems with what he said in that episode?
B.
YBAX would be like
Nope.
if you're looking at it like a
Psychopath.
clock.
It's ABXY. Everybody knows that. Just
No-
like it's
no problems.
X circle square triangle on the sacred symbols. Okay. Anyway, shout out to Joe, guys. Let's close the show like we always do with the best food we had this week. Jose, are you gonna bring? Oh, F for food. The best food shouldn't it say we had this week, Jose? We had this week best food.
Well, he's talking about himself in
I
his
know.
week.
I'm glad you brought up the clicker, guys. Jose, did you add my Chipotle burrito?
I did add your Chipotle burrito.
I
Yeah.
also need you to add. Can we also? I wanted to change this to instead of quarter pounders with cheese, just fast food burgers. Let's just switch it to that. I think that's a better measurement for us because I need you to add 2 to that as well because I had 2 Whoppers tonight. Also, shout out to Yard House. God, Yard House. Gosh, guys, what is fun
Got you again, huh?
establishment. It was just Allie and I. We just went on a spontaneous date, or not really. We went with the family on Tuesday. Love Yard House. Also, shout out to Allie. She made a delicious. I'm not a big fan of the chicken and rice casserole with the water chestnuts. Everybody's had it, right? That everyone's had that. I have to shout out Allie. It was delicious. But the best food I had, you guys, just happened tonight. We went to Costco. Of course, they had their little, samples out, Jose. My God, you guys, I had.
Ooh.
These are churro donut
Gesundheit.
bites. You can't see it. Oh my God, you guys, these are straight
He has the whole box by his gaming desk for tonight.
cocaine. Grayson, Maddie, Brookie kindly asked, and I was like, yeah, maybe I'll try one too. Instantly, Chance, when I put these in my mouth,
I believe it.
Chance,
An
it was
explosion in
like,
my mouth.
Chance, it was like a party.
Wow. It's like there's a party in my mouth and everyone's invited.
Jose owns it now.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
sorry.
thank you.
That was my bad. I forgot. That was my bad.
Guys, Gen Bake is what these are. Churro donut bites. My God, go buy these immediately. Insane. It was like $7.58 for this container. I don't even care. I'm gonna eat the rest of these tonight. So this is the best food I had this week. What Bacon? What about you?
So, sometimes the worst part of traveling and the best part of traveling is not being at home to cook and you got to eat out, right? So, first night we had Burger King because we got in kind of late. Now, Burger King ain't it anymore, gentlemen. I'm sorry.
What?
That's just not it. But in my defense, I always eat the chicken sandwich, the long chicken sandwich, and the big bun.
That's
I
Allie's
put
favorite. She
I put
loves
2
that
pieces
thing.
of cheese on it, and then I make a ranch and ketchup combo, and I dip it. And my wife had the Whopper. And my wife's eating the Whopper. She's all
Bacon, that's heinous. Absolutely heinous.
It's
bud.
not. It's the best. Try it next time.
Burger
loves that
King.
damn chicken
Doesn't say
sandwich,
long chicken sandwich king. It's
Well,
Burger King.
Dude, McDonald's makes fish. I mean, they got to branch out. Everyone
I
has
don't
to
get
branch
that
out.
either. Like that solved that problem.
And then, the best thing I actually had was we came out of Zion Canyon and we found a pub right there at the entrance, sat out on the deck, and we froze because it was kind of cold down there. And I had some fish and chips with a beer that they actually advised to have with this. And if you don't know, Utah has really weird rules about alcohol. You have to order food if you want a beer, and I really wanted a beer, and I really wanted food, so it kind of worked out. But the fish and chips was absolutely incredible. The last place I expect to get good fish and chips is in the middle of Utah.
Yeah.
I mean, you get good fish and chips. I eat fish and chips everywhere I go. I ate it all over Scotland and Ireland. I ate it all
Loves
over.
it, guys.
I love it. I will always choose fish and chips. Shout out to GB Fish and Chips here in Colorado. If you guys
Yeah.
eat fish and chips, go to
On
GB's,
Broadway,
right? So I was actually quite shocked. I was like, holy, this is, and my wife even got it, and it was fantastic. And then I went to Chick-fil-A Monday night after going to the grocery store, and I tried their new seasonal barbecue bacon hot and spicy sandwich. That's all right. It was nothing to write home about. So worth trying, and you guys should try it. Tell me what you think if you guys get over there, but that's about it. So
Nice. Shout out to the chat here. Todd Oxter said, my wife made a Filipino stew this week. I think it's called carreto. And Todd Oxter, fish and chips with vinegar bacon? Deja vu every time. It's the best fish and chips every time. LOL.
GB.
He's got to be talking about GBs.
It has to be. They still put it on the newspaper. I mean, GB is it.
Jose, best food for you?
So I had a pretty good week of food last Friday. As I was getting done with all the work at our house, I sent those pics out. We went to go have Texas Roadhouse. Had not had it in a long time.
Can't go wrong.
Had that good, chicken fried steak and
Pony Express.
Yeah.
some rolls. Had a little fried pickles. Outstanding. Like
Yeah.
just wait.
Love
My
Texas
sodium
Roadhouse.
levels were literally like through the roof. So
Yes.
much salt, but delightful. Shout out to Texas Roadhouse. And then we also tonight. I thought you were going to say the same thing, Dan. We had Costco pizza. I told you I had a bunch of children in my house right now. My
so good.
girls were having
is
a
good.
pajamas and pizza party. No sleepover, thank God. And so we ordered Costco pizza. Delicious. I have some for tomorrow for lunch. It's going to be fantastic. Shout out to Costco. Absolutely great price.
Great.
And then the other thing, I'm very excited. While I'm not sponsored,
Oh.
I made a purchase I told Dan about and bacon.
Hashtag ad.
last week.
Hashtag ad.
Hashtag ad. I'm not, but like
He's got the smacking bucket
it
of
is the bucket
seeds.
of 52 packs of sunflower seeds.
So you've eaten 8.
And here's the thing. So
All right, wait, Jose. I want a full ranking when you're done with this, from top to bottom.
So
Everything.
do you spit the empty shells into said bucket? Is that why they gave you a bucket?
No, that's a
Sit on,
construction
baby.
bucket, but I'm Mexican. That's for construction.
I
But
use
when
homebrew
you're sitting on
buckets.
the softball field coaching.
You think I'm playing softball? That's hilarious. No, but like, here's what's cool. Look at the size of the packs. Like, it's a very like nice size pack, right?
Pocket size, yeah.
Pocket size, and it makes you so you're not eating the same flavor forever and ever, which is really nice.
All right.
Last night I tried the cracked pepper. Really good, a good spice, not too salty. It didn't like crack my tongue. I finished the whole bag. Dan, I will absolutely do a ranking for you of all of them.
And
There's all
then
kinds-
get the David Sweet and Hot and be like, holy shit, I wasted so much time.
I will also add that in there for you. And I will be very honest. I mean, I have like garlic parmesan. There's like dill pickle. There's original. There's a churro one as well, like
dill
a cinnamon
pickle.
sugar
Oh,
seed.
I saw that one.
Really? A
Yeah.
sweet on a seed? Interesting take there, gentlemen.
Deja
Cinnamon
Vu
churro.
said that's a nice size package. Yeah, that was the one that almost got me.
Cinnamon churro.
Okay.
And it could be terrible for the record. I don't know, but very excited. It was like late coming. So I was like messaging the company and I was like legitimately talking to like one of their founders. He's a very nice dude, Charlie. So if you're into sunflower seeds, again, this is so that I don't go buy a bunch of crappy food when I have to go cover games at school. I can just have some sunflower seeds. It's great. Go check out Smackin'. That's what they're called. Smackin' sunflower seeds. Again, not sponsored
All right.
yet, but shout out. Good food. Good week of food.
Soon.
Shout out to Todd Oxter, again, being a downer. I can't deal with the labor of shelling sunflower seeds.
I eat
Come
my
on, Todd. You
pistachios
don't
on the
have to.
show.
You can just suck on them. Who cares? And spit the whole thing out. Who cares? It's just
Yeah.
about the taste.
That's what she said.
And also shout out to Nissa Howard. Nissa said, I made a barbecue country ribs again. Sounds delicious, Nissa.
This one, sorry.
Todd also said has fire oven pizzas now at Costco.
Really? Costco.
Yeah, De Niro wants you to eat one now and give us a live review. So while Jose's digging into a new bag
I'd
of
say open
seeds,
one of those
Bubble
churro
Boy-
You want to be the
Yeah.
churro ones? All right, I'm
Bubble
gonna
Boy.
mute because it's loud. I'm gonna
Bubble
do
Boy.
ASMR.
So I gotta mix it up a little bit, and I'm sorry to do this, but I have to say what my not best food of the week was.
I did that too.
I went to Perry's for the first time ever.
It's not good.
So I was so upset because because I'd never been. I looked at their menu online. They were supposed to have this giant Bavarian pretzel with beer cheese. Beer cheese is one of my favorite things on the planet. Ashley went to pick it up. They're like, "Yeah, we don't have any beer cheese."
So you just have a pretzel.
Well, with some mustard, they gave us some mustard. And mustard was okay. This thing, you could have committed murder in 12 different ways with this pretzel. It was the rock hardest pretzel I've ever eaten. Yeah, Jose, look at
Like the seats.
it was just disappointing.
Did you try the pizza though? Let's be real.
Yeah, and okay, and here's what I'll say. It was called like the
Did you
summer
get the
of,
New Daddy Yankee?
No, I got the
New
summer of
Mexican Yankee, New Italian Yankee.
2010.
What are you talking about?
It was like pepperoni, sausage, jalapenos, and banana
Overpriced,
peppers,
huh?
and it was good. I love. It's hard to mess that up. It was cold. Just all around, I won't be going back, and I won't be upset about it. So
That's absolutely fine. But you
Then
need to have the
pizza.
New Mexican Yankee. That's I've told all of you. I don't.
I
get
know
anything
you
else
did.
to
I've
And
had
Jose,
it.
I
liked
looked
it.
at
I
it.
do
I
think
looked
you
at
should
it, and
try
I
it,
was just
Chance.
like, no, I need to try just
I-
regular pizza the first time. but-
True, I agree. Next
because I was
time,
expecting to like it, and now I'm like,
Take
well,
it
I
to
don't
go,
ever
Chance.
feel like I need to go back. I
Take-
can't take it to go. It was cold already. Like I'm not gonna.
It's pretzels.
Drive it.
are-
okay, if for some reason you do ever return, do try it. I do think it's
Yeah,
worth trying.
okay.
I also do think you're gonna be like, "What am I doing?" Todd Oxer said, "I can't do the seeds, and I need to. It's a peasant food. Pass
That's the
on
beer
the
cheese.
labor
That's
to
what
the
he said.
peasants." And also, he
Yes,
also said beer
Todd,
cheese soup
yes.
with popcorn. is a
popcorn, yep.
Minnesotan staple.
Real
right.
time review.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I
He
like
wants a
it.
1 through 10.
It's actually not. I thought it was going to be like very overpowering. It's actually just like a subtle sweetness, and then it gets right into
Can a
the
churro
saltiness.
ever be subtle?
Well, I mean, it's not technically a churro; it's on a seed.
Yeah,
It's
it's
Bacon, I feel
they're
like you
just
and I
adding
need to go
cinnamon to those
grab
seeds.
something churro flavored
Oh,
instead.
Diego, a rating? I can't do the rating because I haven't had the others yet. Like that's why I want
I
to.
can't give this a 1 to 10 right
That's
now.
a first churro you've ever
Come on,
had.
give it
in
a number.
seed. It deserves a number.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it an 8. I'm gonna give it an 8.
Oh, that's just strong.
A strong.
Better than Avowed.
No.
But I hopefully I don't know
Damn.
by next week, but by the start of summer, I will have a review of all whatever like 12 flavors.
What you
I
should
got.
do is open them all and put them all in one big bag and combine them. You never know what
I
flavor
thought
you're
about
getting.
that, actually, but that'd get a little.
Sacrilege.
Yeah, if you get a handful and you get dill pickle with churro, that could be weird.
Guys.
Yep.
All right, gentlemen, this has been the Nerd Chat episode 204. What's the title of this episode? This
Sharing
is how you share Nintendo games. My name is Daddy Duwally. You can find me at Daddy Duwally across all social media. You can follow the show at the Nerd Chat podcast on all social media, popping off on TikTok especially. Jose, where can people find you?
You can find me Chipotle Bear everywhere. I just want to take my time this week to shout out all of our friends, especially the people that are like the small creators like we are. We are a very small creation team, though we're growing. 358 subscribers as of state. Chance has been putting in work on
boy.
Blue Sky and some other stuff. So if you haven't shared us out, we appreciate that. But go support 1H1D, go support Deja. He's streaming. Go support all of our friends' shows, XCP and Trophy Room and Season Gaming and Secret Friends
MCAN,
Unite and
Todd.
Last Damn Media and like Matt Kennedy. Go support him streaming. Like really great community,
Gary.
super good people. We appreciate the love everywhere. And, for anyone that has the ability, go help Luke get to California for Summer Game Fest.
California
Why would,
Otherwise-
why would I help pay for Luke to go on a cool trip?
Yeah, he's a
I don't
jerk
know
to
if I
us
would do that,
sometimes.
yeah. He doesn't even talk in our Discord.
He's not a
Yeah.
jerk to me. Anyway, go support our friends. That's all I have to say.
Xbox Era, yeah. Project X Talk. X Bacon Gaming, where can people find you?
Unfortunately, you can still find me on Twitter at XBaconGaming, living that life, and
streets.
living in the streets and all the salt and the hate. I am enjoying all the Tesla protests and stuff like that. So actually, Twitter's been awesome for me. Shout out to everyone for coming. Our normal, our usual.
Yeah, shout
our
out to the
friends.
chat.
We love you guys. You know who you are. You're a special place in my heart. Clip that.
Todd, what time? Isn't the Switch event like at 6 a.m., Todd? There's no way in hell I'm going to join you on that stream. Do you mean that night? Oh, wait, no, Todd. I think I have basketball. I think I already told you that. And Bubble Boy and Sam, where can people find you?
Maggiano's Little Italy tomorrow night, going for my birthday. So
Shout out
That
to
was my other
Bubble
shout.
Boy.
It's
He's
his birthday.
turning 43. Can
45?
you believe it? 43. He's catching up to bacon.
I am old.
yeah. So we'll see. I'm excited. I
Oh,
always
my-
love Maggiano's.
What are
You
you
know what
going
I
to get at Maggiano's? You going to get the Bricco cheese?
The fried mozzarella. Yeah, absolutely.
The Bricco
We always get
cheese.
chicken piccata. I like is it like rigatoni D's or D's rigatoni or
You know what I just
Yeah.
realized, you guys?
Yeah.
Very perfect. I was going to say something else, but as always,
thanks, Diego.
Bucky's what are they called?
Buc-ee's.
Bucky's Nuggets.
Beaver
lovers?
Nuggets.
No,
Beaver
that was
Nuggets.
last week, Daniel.
You know what I just realized though? This is sad. This podcast, everyone's going to be 40 or above officially next week.
Why is that sad?
Age
last-
comes wisdom.
The last show
God.
that we didn't have a boomer.
Oh my God, the Boomer podcast.
Okay, Boomer.
We're going to have to do another name change.
Ooh, we could change it to the Boomer
And
podcast. I kind
redesign.
of like that.
Old guy gaming. I always thought about that. As always, Beaver Nugget lovers. Ooh, and churro lovers.
There you go.
See you online.
See you online.
See you online.
I am not a Beaver Nugget lover. See you online.
See you online.
You know, we're living in a society. We're supposed to act in a civilized way. Does she care? No. Does anyone ever display the slightest sensitivity over the problems of a fellow individual? No. No. A resounding no.
Hey, sorry I took so long.
Oh, that's okay, really. Don't worry.
The Nerd Chat is an Xbox podcast celebrating all things gaming, food, and the good old days. You can follow the show at the Nerd Chat Podcast across all social media. The show was created by Daniel Walenzik, and you can follow him at Daddy D. Wally. Co-host and producer Jose Martinez III can be found at Chipotle_Bear. Former intern, now co-host Jason Jarrett can be found at XBaconGaming. And former co-host, now returning intern, Chance Siegel can be found at BubbleBoyN7. If you'd like to find out more about the show, please visit nerdchatmedia.com. And as always, see you on.